Breaking bombshell news this evening, because according to reports in the Mail on Sunday tomorrow, Prince Andrew secretly told paedophile Jeffrey Epstein, quote, "We are in this."
Prince Andrew didn't just fall from grace. He belly flopped into it, and the splash keeps exposing everything he wanted buried. In this deep dive, you'll learn why a reported message to Jeffrey Epstein, "We are in this together," won't go away, how a decades-long pattern of entitlement allegedly worked behind palace walls, the specific trips, habits, and staff accounts that built Randy Andy, and why insiders say accountability finally found a man who thought the rules were optional. Once, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was the monarchy's action man, decorated Navy officer, tabloid-friendly bachelor, the Queen's charming second son. But behind the glossy photos was a prince critics say was powered by ego, insulated by deference, and addicted to validation. Whispers turned into briefings. Briefings became headlines. The temper, the arrogance, the appetite for attention, for luxury, and allegedly for female company. Insiders say overseas assignments felt like damage limitation tours.
Often loudly.
Prince Andrew has got a case to answer on all levels, including bullying. And I suffered at the hands of Prince Andrew. Young girls suffered at the hands of Prince Andrew, his maids, other places.
Staff dreaded the rota. The demands were lavish. The suites the most expensive. The tone unmistakable. This wasn't representing Britain. It was representing Andrew. Royal writers described a fixation on massages. Aides claimed his team quietly booked only attractive therapists. One New York anecdote has him sending a masseuse away within minutes for failing his personal optics test. Petty on its own, damning in a pattern. The portraits multiply. Vanity so intense it swallowed prep hours. Praise expected like oxygen. Eruptions if attention drifted. Former employees alleged bullying. Tabloids branded him, Randy Andy, for the clubs, yachts, and late-night circuits. A royal historian's research on a taxpayer-funded Thailand trip alleges up to 40 women cycled through a luxury suite in 4 days. Officially, trade envoy. Unofficially, recreation chief. Diplomats were reportedly mortified. Protection was the constant. The household deflected. The press tiptoed. Andrew, confident the storm would never reach him, sailed on. First-class flights, presidential suites, security blurred into personal assistants, dinners that stretched through endless courses, representing Britain recast as indulging Andrew. When the Queen Mother died, people wondered what fueled the renovations and upgrades. Insiders said the bequest was minor, so where did the money come from? The question stacked higher than the invoices. And then the world changed. Associates made headlines. Court documents surfaced. A friendship he once defended as useful became the most radioactive liability in modern royal history. According to new reporting, Andrew privately told Jeffrey Epstein, "We are in this together." Whether boast or bond, it encapsulates a prince whose judgment and circle were catastrophically misaligned with public duty. Consequences, late but real, arrived. The envoy role ended. Military titles went. Patronages evaporated. Family support narrowed to the bare minimum. Reports say even his hold on Royal Lodge came under pressure as costs mounted and patience thinned. For a man who measured himself in status and access, the silence that followed was louder than any headline. Yet the stories kept coming. Accounts of strict appearance rules for women around him, of staff treated as a team of servants, toothpaste and shoelaces laid out to the millimeter, of beauty standards policed as if the world existed to flatter his gaze. Former aides and acquaintances described the same orbit, younger, glamorous company that fed a need to feel admired, because admiration, to Andrew, felt like truth. Defenders argue exaggeration, agenda, vendetta. They point out that many claims remain unproven, that some sources are self-interested, that hindsight turns rumor into received wisdom. All fair. But zoom out, and the silhouette refuses to blur. Privilege without restraint, comfort without accountability, attention without humility. The pattern is the point, and that's why the alleged Epstein line lands like a confession. "We are in this together" reads less like loyalty and more like delusion, the belief that proximity to power is protection forever. It wasn't. The palace that once buffered him became the institution that could no longer afford him. The public that once cheered the helicopter prince decided the bill had come due. Today, the picture is smaller. Fewer doors. Fewer deferences. Reports of hours spent walking the grounds, clinging to an identity that revolved around being looked at. The invitation stopped. The spotlight moved on. For a man who lived on applause, Obscurity is the sharpest edge. So, what does Andrew's story actually teach us? That scandal isn't a lightning strike. It's a slow build of choices made when no one says no. That protection can postpone judgment, but it can't cancel it. And that titles don't make character. They magnify it. If the accounts are even half true, Andrew didn't confuse power with privilege. He fused them and mistook both for permission. Your call now. Are these exaggerated tales about a spoiled royal, or an honest map of who Andrew is behind the polish? Drop your take below. I read every comment. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for the next chapter. Because if there's one certainty in this saga, it's that more receipts are coming.